stop. No, go. Ah, there we go. Hi, how are we all tonight? Having a good time? I am not having a good time. I'll be right up front about that. Despite rosy estimates coming out of other places, the situation in Michigan, Wisconsin, and Pennsylvania, all must-win states for Kamala Harris, is looking grim. So here we are, looking at what's probably going to be another 4 years of Donald Trump. My disappointment is immeasurable and my day is ruined. Here's the problem. Ultimately, the problem is for Democrats is they don't do well when they have to come from behind. And Jill Stein is dramatically outperforming this things. Looking over here at Michigan, because this, I think, is... It's actually... If it'll ever load... The situation in Michigan is dire for Harris. Dearborn is typically a fairly effective swing area in the last couple of elections for Democrats. It used to be a very strong Republican stronghold, and it's just not. Israel and the unfettered support of Israel hurt the Democratic Party immensely in Michigan. Probably more than I thought it was going to be perfectly honest. It's not a dramatic win, I don't think, for the Palestinians, because I don't necessarily think that's going to change policy. But tonight, I think, first of all, if you came here to be inspired or to get good news, you've come to the wrong place. I don't see this situation turning around. Maybe if we're lucky, but it's looking unlikely right now. I was invited to go over to talk to 5th Gen Warfare, which we're going to go do, and then we'll see where the night goes from there. Go hit up this. We should let John know we're coming by.
Went in and voted for Trump over the economy after hearing his tariff proposal.
Howdy.
But even if Kamala Harris wins, there's still a phenomena here to explain. What is that phenomena? You know, what is the thing to explain? It's got to be economic populism. It just has to be the anti-incumbency bias.
Yeah, we'll
it has to be the economic populism.
A little bit.
It's that damn squirrel. Latinos becoming integrated into whiteness. It's the monkey's paw curling. You know, Republicans get a majority vote and extremely racist anti-immigrant rhetoric normalized, but at the expense of making Latinos white and therefore like invalidating a large part of their racism. Transphobia? I mean, it's a component. It's a component. Definitely not the brunt of this. Definitely not the majority. Is it just the is it just that Americans are super reactionary? No. We have data on Americans' political opinions. They're not really that reactionary relative to a bunch of Western European countries. In some respects, we're actually quite a bit less. I disagree, Dizzy Eyes. Your data is wrong. Don't argue with me. These are points that we've talked about for years on this stream. When it comes to a bunch of positions, gender, transgender-related immigration, stuff like that, Americans tend to break to the left of a lot of Western European countries. I don't think it's that. Trump speech, yep. Yorp.
I literally have it on the other tab as well, so that's perfect.
Well, maybe times change.
Howdy.
There you go. It didn't even alert us that you joined.
I apologize.
Oh.
What
the hell?
Hello.
It should alert us, but it didn't.
Yeah,
Weird.
it didn't though.
How we
All
doing
right. Well, we
tonight?
got Trump's speech.
Well, we've been
Yeah.
looking at the Iran supporters, like breakthrough news, because they're like really happy about how it's leaning for Trump. And then we go look at Vosh and Hassan, and they're like basically facing their hands, very upset.
Well,
Yeah, you want to introduce yourself for us?
hi. I'm Daedalus Media, co-host of Two Guys Talking History. We do, well, history and politics content over there. How you guys doing tonight? We're having a real one. I'm watching some other places where there's some serious cope going on.
Oh, there's so much cope. Like it says, I'm just doing what Vosh is basically trying to do and figure out how the fuck Americans are this dumb.
Announcing his victory.
Like that's just what I'm trying to figure out right now is what lines of information have people consumed to make them think that even if the economy was bad, which it isn't right now, it's recovered, right? Things are expensive because the world is more expensive now because of COVID, right? This logic point doesn't go through their brain, right? Most Trump supporters.
Oh my goodness.
Right, the chinchillas.
Yeah, major drama.
Somebody
they just bit each other.
So like this logic point, I feel like doesn't go through most Trump supporters' brains. But the thing that really doesn't make sense to me is how this data point doesn't go through more Americans' minds. Right, that 2016 to pre-COVID was like pretty good, and that was like the Trump era, right? And then COVID happened. So how do you blame the Democrats for COVID?
57-40 at the current
I just don't understand. And how, like,
you forget about
you
the
know
last
what I mean?
8 years, and you just pretend that the last 4 years are the first thing that happened. The biggest problem is you have a media environment in which you have people basically siloed in their own little media spaces. So if I turn around and say, well, economists say the economy is okay, first of all, that makes very little difference to the average person on the street. Second of all, you're probably not going to hear about that if you aren't tuned into media sources outside of the conservative bubble.
To fight to make sure.
Yeah, that's the thing is the
This might actually be
the simple argument is, are you better off than you were 4 years ago? And I think that's going to be ultimately what people vote on the most. But that's what I was making fun of earlier. Is like you look at the
all right.
U.S. dollar value, and like under Trump, he deflated that dollar value. So it's like Trump also wasn't good for the economy, you know?
No,
so it's like
he
COVID,
wasn't.
COVID was worse, but Trump was also like. What about 4 years before Trump? How good were you then?
Yeah, it's a constant cycle too. It's like we know we can quantify how bad Republicans are for the economy, and then they wreck things, and then it takes 8 to 10 years to try to put them back on track, and then they run on the fact that they're not fixed yet.
Yeah, I mean, this is like the Clinton budget deficit thing.
Yes, it's let's vote for the guys.
Trump was good on the economy because I gave it to him good.
Yeah, let's vote for the guys who turn around and have the sledgehammer and they're behind their backs half the time. I mean, it's close to a certain extent. I think it'll end up probably
You
being
will have
pretty
a
close.
prosperous next 4 years.
But I
Vosh,
don't
I'll
see
tell you that.
Pennsylvania turning around.
You know,
it's just
not
It's just
not to make
not really
financials a
work
part
moving
of it, I have
fast.
to say. As
Michigan
much as
has
the
been
Trump
a disaster
administration is
for the
going to give me
Democrats this
content to cover.
Yeah.
I've been doing
I'm really
pretty okay
surprised
under Biden.
already. I think
I was all right
I think
with it.
Dearborn is having a really
It's
outsized
okay.
effect from what I thought it would.
I'm an ambitious guy,
Yeah.
but I'm not.
Yeah,
you know,
there's
that's
like
all right.
the polling, like Jill Stein, I think, did
Yeah,
better
George is done.
than
Yes.
Harris.
Yeah, Harris is at 15% right now in Dearborn.
Motherfucker.
It's
hard not to be.
Which is-
selfish.
Like,
I
and
know it is
this is the other thing, right?
thing in the
How
world.
hard is it to just be like, we're not sending bombs to Israel anymore?
it would have caused a conniption
Like,
fit
you-
in Congress.
Oh, in Congress? Tell them to
Yes.
get fucked.
I agree. But
No, seriously, right? Biden is the no genocide guy,
Never
right?
forgive
His
Antifa
big
for
speech
it.
in Congress.
Again,
His
the
big
data that
speech
we
is like,
have
we
indicates that it's just
can't
not
let the Serbians
right.
genocide the Muslims, right?
I'm
That was like his whole
considering
thing.
Basically
So-
everywhere in the
Muslims.
United States. like
So, like,
everywhere.
Same
We're
thing.
talking about
Yes,
shit
it is.
Oh,
Well-
but October 7 happened. Who
completely
cares?
spread across
Realistically,
the
in
board,
the
you know?
bigger
Like,
scheme of
everywhere.
things right now, who gives a fuck?
Men
October
being,
7 happened.
like,
Yes, I acknowledge
part of
October
that.
7 happened.
Men are one of the demographics.
Look
that
at
are
how much
pretty much
suffering has
everywhere
been
in the
caused since. All because America doesn't want to stop supporting Israel.
I agree. We
And
make
for
a
what?
special
Lobbying?
We make a special
It's
we make
wild.
an absurd number of special exceptions for
Okay.
Israel. And
I'm not
maybe
Yes.
that's going to come home to roost. But the problem is that it's not going to change under Trump.
For your sake.
No.
You're going to
You
get
know,
the
it's
same
like
one either
forgiveness.
way.
You don't forgive.
No, and this is what I didn't want is I don't want to be the guy saying this is what you voted for.
Not that I'm.
You wanted to make Palestine your only issue. This is what you voted for. Palestine is now going to get worse. I wouldn't be surprised if Trump just gives Israel the go-ahead to ethnically cleanse the entire area. Just
Yeah.
bulldoze the entire strip.
I think in the next 6 months you're going to see at very least Area C annexed in the West Bank violently.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I
agree 100%.
Yeah, 100%. We're going to see that. I was saying before that we're going to see Russia's going to launch a bigger offensive. They're going to go even harder. Armenia something will probably happen there, because if America's not there to tell Russia to stop funding it, why would they? Like, why wouldn't they?
More to the
If
point.
they've done it already, they tried to take Nagorno-Karabakh. Why not finish it?
More to
Right?
the point.
You've got
the Turks
Yeah.
are not going to feel at all inclined to listen to Trump after he so readily
Exactly.
yielded Syria to them.
Yeah, exactly. And then on top of that, you've also got the Kurds, which Turkey is already fucking with under Biden. Do you think they're going to stop under Trump?
Actually,
Of course
there's
not.
massive riots in Turkey today because Turkey just went into 3 elected Kurdish officials
Likely
and
no.
removed them from office
Yes.
in the Kurdish
Yes.
region.
Down to
So there's
Pennsylvania now.
massive riots right now in Turkey.
Okay. Interesting.
So-
But like all of these things are going to happen in response to Donald Trump ascending to power again. On top of the domestic problems, I just can't figure out how Americans are this dumb to have voted for it. Like that there aren't enough people willing to be like, nah, we should probably not let this guy take over again, considering the people behind him.
Extremely.
Just
But
that fact.
RFK
Well,
will fix the vaccine.
It's even worse. It's even worse this time because it turns out there was a decent shield of people telling Donald Trump no the first time. They're all gone now.
Yes. Yep.
They're gone. Just poof. It's
Arizona could still
it's
be
quite
blue.
the
Doesn't matter.
situation.
Yeah.
I'm really quite. What's the word? I'm disappointed. I am much disappointed.
Yeah, it's
What? A lot of
Confusing.
A lot of cope.
there's so much
Yeah.
cope. Where's something where's
trending in
something that we
politics
can
right now? Trending in politics. Call it. Wonder who's tweeting that.
Oh, that's
And
Musk.
then
Yeah.
the next one
worst
is
thing about
Red
this-
Barrage.
The worst thing about this is going to be that Elon Musk is going to be insufferable for 4 years.
An absolute
Oh my
historic
God.
underperformance.
And you know what the worst part is? Elon Musk has done nothing remarkable in his entire life.
No, he's a walking ATM machine.
Like, literally, can you name me one thing that SpaceX has done that NASA hasn't?
Well, SpaceX basically is NASA.
Yeah, at this point, SpaceX is operating.
That's not the question I asked.
I cannot, but you know, they privatized space flight successfully too.
Yeah, they
To our
privatized
detriment.
it after the government spent all the money to make it safe.
Yes.
It's literally just capitalists monetizing what the government already put the money into. This isn't revolutionary. This is safe for them. This is just money making for them.
Well, they also
The only thing that they needed to do, actually, here's my one praise.
Yeah, you're right. If I'd listened.
You can reuse rockets. That's it. And that was a necessary aspect of the capitalist version of spaceflight. You needed to reuse them because if you couldn't, it would be very expensive and not profitable. Now you can reuse them. You have something that you can now reduce cost on. Brilliant. Profit. We love profit. On top of that, all of the government subsidies that SpaceX enjoyed.
This might be a
Like,
good
Jesus.
2016 TPH, the severe under.
They've done nothing of note
Better
beside.
background video.
Huh?
Honestly,
I just sent you a background video.
yeah. Hillary Clinton winning New York by 26, but Kamala winning by 11.
Harris is not doing well at all today.
No.
Yeah. But, you know, they said it's going to be the closest election ever, so. And we know most of the final votes are going to go to the left anyway, so we'll see what a nail biter it becomes.
Yeah,
And
we'll
as I've been saying, culturally, we've already lost. Like the enablement of fascism, it's we've already lost.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah, it's
There's
I
like
think,
no
I think
turning
the
back.
most problematic part of this is every 2 years we're going to affect this, or every midterm election. The effectiveness of the misinformation and the spin has been amazing, and I don't see a way out of it.
But I just can't believe that he's going to put Elon Musk in charge of regulation.
Well, he's going to put Elon Musk in charge of deregulation. Like Elon Musk is going to.
Bye-bye, Lena Khan. The McDonald's ice cream machines are going to break again without her.
Yeah, it's not going to go well. And on a certain level, I don't know if it mattered that much, because even if Kamala Harris sits on the seat for 4 years and vetoes the hell out of things, Supreme Court's just going to do an end run around her. Like, the situation was dire. Was dire to begin with.
Court picks that Trump will get.
Yes. Yeah, the situation was dire, but now we're looking at a pretty solid couple decades at least.
Yeah. We're now the Viktor Orban country.
Yeah. I think what's her name? Riley Gaines, that swimmer, right? I think it's so telling that passionate Trump surrogate, the 5th place, tied for 5th place, and that's her claim to fame.
Jack and I were making fun of this yesterday.
Yeah. Oh, 5th
It's
place
like,
tie.
why be the best when you could be mediocre? And
Yes.
say that mediocre men are switching to women to be the best.
Yes, the triumph of the mediocre is just the movement, MAGA movement in total.
Well, this is what I was saying.
Pennsylvania has moved further towards Trump.
Great.
I know. It's gotten worse. Hang on. I just want to see. Chat. Let me know if Brooks has stopped coping yet. Just somebody go check for me, please.
Who's Brooks?
One of the streamers in Sunday's orbit. Does philosophy. Hang on, I'm gonna go look.
I don't
Give me a
think
minute.
I've seen him. Does he go on? I watch Sunday sometimes. But Hassan was very funny. They were very mad.
I'm just going to tweet, I bet the Palestinians are going to be happy the Democrats are getting kicked out.
Oh God.
Is it somebody check for me? Has the cope stopped?
Tomorrow. They didn't.
We can switch to it.
That's the mail.
Oh my God,
checking.
Barack Obama's coping hard.
Out of
It took several
hang
days
on,
to
look.
count every ballot in 2020, and it's very likely.
California,
Huh?
Santa Cruz area.
I was going to
believe.
say put him on, but he's just tweeting.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's just a
group.
tweet. It's like, and it's very likely we won't know the the outcome tonight either. So please keep a few things in mind as you make your voices heard. Thousands of election workers around the country are working hard. This is true. Respect them and thank them. This is also true. You should not disrespect the poll workers. Don't be a cunt. Don't share things before checking your sources.
Mr.
Exactly.
Obama, we got to give him a chance.
And let the process run its course. So much cope. And anyway, we already know who won. It was Vermin Supreme.
Have they already changed? Have they already changed the block feature? I think they have.
Yes, they have. It's awful.
Just before this election. They
Well,
made
that's
sure
going to
to
save me a
just
whole
before
5 minutes of harassing Brianna Wu. Oh,
yeah, I mean,
she's happily blaming. She's here happily blaming Hamas for the Democrats' loss. I don't think that's going to fly. Hang on, let's see. What does the exit poll say about the American Jewish vote?
Is
Get
Flash
the
still
music in
fucking
the background.
typing on in the
Again,
background?
Final Fantasy quest time.
78%.
78% ranting
78%.
about populism.
What about Brooks though? What's his stream name?
Quarantine Collective.
Is he on Twitch or YouTube?
YouTube. Hang on, I'll send you the link.
Ba, 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 ba. Nevada has started counting.
I'm gonna have to go soon, just for a couple hours. I gotta make some money and then go gym, and I'll be back. Maybe 4 hours if you're still running.
4 hours. That's when the election ends.
Like I could probably pop it on the phone, just audio, but I don't know how much I could input.
Has anyone heard from James?
Not being here.
Yeah,
Is-
he's coming.
Is James packing his bags to leave?
Pega is. She's like, I'm going to France, is what she said. Yeah, it's
This music sure makes me feel patriotic about my country.
Yeah,
Where we
78%, and you have all these people who spent God knows how long saying, yes, they're going to the Jewish people are going to abandon the Democratic Party because 5 people at a rally said something nice about Hamas once.
yeah.
I'd like to congratulate Hamas as they managed to defeat both Israel and the United States. Well done!
Okay, I sent you the link, Jack.
Yeah.
It looks like they have their own custom map. But Jack, I think your map's better.
My map is better.
That's what it was last time. 5048, by the way.
See, the problem that I have when
What are
you
these
say
guys?
this is what happened last time is that it sort of implies because a good thing happened last time.
I'm so, Hetman, what do you
Even
even
though
know?
I'm
last
hesitant
time
to
was
say it
tough.
was a good thing, but look, so far the numbers are matching in a lot
Who
of
are these
places,
guys?
and it's weird.
Brooks is
Maybe
at
it's
top,
not
Kid
identical, but
Kin
it just
in the middle,
happens to be so
President Sunday at the
fucking
bottom.
similar everywhere. Georgia's
Oh,
been
okay.
called just now, by the way, with 6%
Yeah.
left.
Yeah.
That's
Georgia
that's
was just
playing
called.
with fire. That's interesting. We'll see.
No,
who
it's
else.
not.
Yeah, we
so
knew
it's
Georgia was
6% left.
gone.
It's pretty
We
good.
knew Georgia
it's
was
gone.
going, but again,
It's
that's
gone.
I didn't expect them to call it that.
Yeah.
quickly.
I did. I expected them to call it
By
an
the way,
hour ago.
reminder, if I get 20 super chats in the yellow range, that's $10 US and up, I will buy a President Sunday bikini for one of my mods. And reminder, if Kid Not Kin gets $500 in super chats tonight, we've only got 2 more hours left.
That's true. My wife will wear it for me.
Coward.
Could you imagine?
No.
No.
Of course, whenever you see her in a bikini going forward, you'll think of me. So, I mean, contemplate that a little bit before you go down that road.
Is AP
I'm fine
still
with that.
broken for everyone?
You're fine with that? Okay, that's fair. Many such
Is what
cases.
broken?
AP?
No, AP works for me now.
Oh, it's back.
Hey.
I see
Let's look at
counting.
Georgia. I want to look at Georgia.
I'm literally just watching your stream from here.
Let's see.
Wait, are you? I thought you were streaming.
I love this.
I am streaming.
Streamception.
He's
I'm
just
not doing
streaming your
any work.
stream. He's
Got
just
on
stream
stream.
Do you
snapping,
think
yeah.
do you think
We
I'm
got
in
all the
this group
screens.
chat right now because I wanted to like solo a stream and do all the work tonight? I am dead tired.
Fulton
It
County.
might be,
still has-
kind of my
it's-
stream.
I
Exactly.
don't even think it's overextension. I think she was just not a very good candidate.
She
From
wasn't
the start,
aggressive.
I said that she shouldn't have been the candidate.
She wasn't aggressive enough. She started aggressive,
They should have.
but then they dialed it way the hell back.
Yeah, they sort of they planned on Trump being an idiot was going to be enough, but clearly
90%.
people don't actually listen to Donald Trump because he doesn't actually say anything. Every
90% of
Donald
the
Trump
votes counted.
supporter that
This
I've
is
asked,
done.
none of them can actually give me the policies that they support. None of them.
Well, yeah. Well, more to the point, Kamala Harris's policies were not terribly exciting for most people. We're going to help you buy
No.
houses. That's so far out of reach for most Americans. It's not even
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean-
what Hassan was saying. He's like, does this policy help you? Stop pretending it helps someone else.
Yeah, exactly. Does it help you? Like that's literally the question people should be asking. And even the immigration thing, it's just like talking to people in the middle of the country. It's like, oh, but immigrants. You're in the middle top of the country. Why is immigration an issue to you?
Well, it's not, but because people get bombarded
Really
by
early
it.
to call.
There is no real like media environment. It's not too early to call Georgia. Stop. It's perfectly acceptable. There's 6% of the vote left. We're not.
It's literally over.
It's done. It's Jover. I am declaring Trump the winner.
It's literally at 99%. It's done.
Yeah, I don't see.
Pennsylvania is currently at 90.
Not yet.
Reporting.
Not really. No.
Michigan. Let's see. Michigan is.
You want to see the map?
Say who's gonna
60?
win when
Yeah.
you said Kamala is not gonna win?
Yes.
Gee,
you did.
I wonder. Fucking Bugs Bunny, here he comes.
I drew the map. This is my map.
So what does that mean?
It's not
What's
good.
red?
Red is not good.
Red is bad.
Red is
Red is
bad.
very bad.
Yeah, red is always bad.
Why are the Americans voting for Trump?
Why are they that
They
dumb?
like-
That's what we've been trying to figure out.
They must like it.
For, how long's the stream going? 7
been-
hours?
it's been 6 hours.
We've been trying to figure this out for 6
So
hours.
far.
Yeah. So, yeah.
What are the demographics in all those areas that are red?
Um,
Old people down in Florida?
a lot of old whites through here.
Yeah.
A lot of white up here.
There you go.
California, there's a lot of progressives and sort of, the cities, a lot of this. It's kind of weird. The
We are
voting
in
system's
so much trouble.
fucking strange.
So who's going to win?
Probably Trump, but we'll see. Like, if you
Who-
have a look here.
Who's going to win? Vladimir Putin's going to
Pennsylvania's
win.
at 90%.
What does that mean for
reporting.
Australia?
Right. So it means we're fucked.
Hi.
So Pennsylvania is, so it says 93%.
So who are these other randoms? I don't even get a look in.
This Jill Stein is basically just a Russian plant.
Oh.
This guy is the Libertarians, and then some of these you'll see
Oh, what's Gray?
Robert Kennedy.
Oh, is he?
So RFK
in the Libertarian Party.
Yeah, so RFK is on Donald Trump's team. He stopped running.
He's got,
and he is basically denies the polio vaccine and shit, and thinks that they should all be pulled from.
well, he hasn't got much to go to win.
They should be pulled from production and put through testing again. Is his idea?
You don't understand.
And he's going to be in charge of health for Donald Trump, right?
Big
now,
polio.
Now, also keep this in mind. Elon Musk, who has been currently in the process of dealing with American regulators because he's a dickhead, and all his companies do illegal shit. He is going to be in charge of the regulation. So he's going to get rid of all the regulation and, funnily enough, make it so there's no regulation for him. Crazy, right?
What about your people who you're talking to that are in America? Did they vote for Trump?
Of course they voted for Trump. No. Nobody. I won't say nobody because we do talk to a lot of people. But no, most people here would be not voting for Trump.
Right.
Yeah.
But did you say that first time that he got in?
Donald Trump? I've only just started paying attention to politics.
Oh.
So.
Oh, well, I guess we'll see what happens.
Oh, I already know what's going to happen. We've been talking about what's going to happen.
What's going to happen?
For a while. Do you guys want me to mute myself?
No, it's all right. I'm going to sit down. What's the light on when you don't need it on?
Because
Here for a while.
ambience.
Oh, it could be. It could be worse. I'm not sure how, but it could be worse.
Yeah. Well, all polls are closed now.
Yeah, they have been for a bit. 90% in Pennsylvania. It's just not happening. It has to make up the deficit. It's over. It's just over. Nevada's. Nevada's.
Yeah, Trump has gained even more since I last looked in Pennsylvania.
Huh?
Yeah, it's gotten worse. It's gotten so much worse.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's 7% left in Pennsylvania. So provided that she gets 4 out of literally she cannot win.
Yeah, she has to basically take every remaining vote in Pennsylvania to
every single remaining vote. Yep.
Yeah.
That's just Pennsylvania.
Like I said, 14 people in Pennsylvania will decide the election.
I think this is an excellent opportunity to blame everyone. Really.
I don't think anyone is specifically to blame. I think that Americans, and it's kind of hypocritical because I was talking about not judging and speaking in collective actions. But at this point, it really is the Americans' fault that they didn't prepare their people enough to counter information warfare, that they didn't invest enough into education to counter.
The CIA would say the same thing.
Well,
the CIA is half the fucking problem.
What was it? What was? I think it was. I forget what former director of the CIA just the other week said we haven't had a proper counterintelligence service in the United States for decades now, which is true. It's the FBI has been ideologically captured for quite some time, which is why these efforts are so successful.
It's going to be great. Maybe let's just hope the accelerationists are right.
Yeah, that's probably not right either. I got bad news for you. We're in for a bumpy ride. I am accepting applications from Canadians. Actually, that's probably not even a good choice, right? The Canadian Liberal Party's collapsing too. All right, everybody, we're going to Mexico.
Yeah, they got a PSL commie in charge, right?
What?
Yeah.
Mexico?
SPS.
PSL commie? Oh, you're not talking to me.
Yeah,
or ABC maybe.
Not only is Trump gaining in Pennsylvania, it looks like Harris is losing more to third parties as well.
Awesome.
Yeah, Jill Stein. Jill Stein is dramatically performing well, and that, by the way, is the epitome of Russian disinformation right there. Like, the success of Jill Stein is very much a result of the fact that we do not guard against Russian misinformation properly.
So
I mean, not even that. You've also got the Iranian influence from the Palestinian lobby as well.
Yeah, that didn't help.
The PSL. The PSL is influence as well.
She's getting destroyed in Michigan.
Yeah,
she has 46% in Michigan right now.
Yeah.
But Trump only has 52. That's a very stern anyone but the Democratic Party.
Mm-hmm.
Which is remarkable because
shout out Hassan. They won't learn anything from this.
No,
they
won't.
Because Gretchen Whitmer is a remarkably popular governor.
Mm-hmm.
I
still have only one seat.
Also,
In the
I don't know if you know,
so
Wick is naked right now.
His screen.
So are we thinking supermajority?
So I'm assuming he stood up for a moment.
Wick is naked.
Yeah.
Because man, a supermajority with Project 2025 coming up behind it. Good lord.
Yep, we're
as I was saying, I hope people are ready for some fucking concentration camps because they're coming. You thought child separation was bad under Trump? Oh boy.
I could use some time to Look, all I've got is jokes.
I love it's the South Park where Cartman's trying to be like, no, I can see why you thought I meant something anti-Semitic, but I just thought you really needed to concentrate. I didn't even think about how there was like concentration camps during the Holocaust, because there was like some bet that he couldn't not be anti-Semitic or something on that one episode, and then Cartman said Kyle's not concentrating, and they're like, Kyle, you need to concentrate. And Cartman goes, maybe he's sending you to a concentration camp. And the whole rest of it is like him trying to cope, saying, no, I swear I wasn't being anti-Semitic, Kyle.
I can't. Again. Why do we do this again? We did this once already. I've already seen this movie.
If conservatives get all three branches, Americans are fucked.
They're going to win the House pretty handily. They've already won the Senate. Maybe. Well, actually, what's going to happen is they're going to abolish the filibuster in the Senate and ram it through. Project 2025. They have 51 seats already. They're going to probably come out. Let's see here. They're probably going to get another five at least. Maybe more.
Very cool.
As long as we can exploit it for money.
What?
You know, that's all I'm hoping for. This will be good for my career.
Well, even then,
how great it will be every day to be even more anti-government than I already am.
Even then, it's going to be harder and harder to exploit it for money because what's happening? Twitch is about to put the kibosh on advertiser revenue for political content.
Cool.
Why? Because DGG and Dan Saltman, who is kind of awful, are trying to get Twitch put under the microscope for helping Israel not reveal their own war crimes by turning off the creation of new Twitch accounts for a year. We are in it.
It's Ethan's fault. Ethan Klein caused the apocalypse.
We are in it. So what do you think? 1 million Palestinians dead by the end of the next 4 years? Easy?
A million? How many are in Gaza?
There were 2 million. Probably a lot less now.
Yeah, okay, so what, 50,000 dead at least, including fighters.
Probably,
So let's take the fighters out of it. Let's say 30,000.
Probably, that's even probably a generous estimate.
And that's an undercount considering that the rubble hasn't been cleared.
Yeah,
so
we're probably looking at, like, it's probably beat the Iraq War with casualty counts at this point.
Yeah, it's actually obscene. Like, people say, like, oh yeah, Israel's waging a precise war. I'm like, what?
Precise where? What is precise about 2,000-pound bombs?
You can place them very precisely on people's houses.
Yeah. I'm gonna say 500,000.
He's holding on to the side of the cage with one of his arms because the wheel.
I'm not entirely certain.
I'm gonna say 500,000 in the next year. Worst case, because Israel is still gonna want to maintain this. It's not genocide.
Yes,
but they're gonna clear the strip. Is my they're gonna push into the Sinai and push the Palestinians in there, and the fucking Egyptians are gonna.
I think that's gonna make the Egyptians,
and they're gonna back down.
I think that's gonna make the Egyptians throw a conniption fit.
Yeah, but what the fuck are they gonna do? Whinge?
Yeah, nothing anymore.
Exactly.
Like they stood a decent
what
chance.
The fuck is Egypt gonna do?
In the Harris administration, they stood a decent chance of being able to resolve that diplomatically, but not with Trump.
Yeah. No, there's no way. Sudan will get worse. Sudan will get much worse. I wouldn't be surprised if Rwanda funding M23 gets much worse too. Turkey and the Kurds, which we spoke about. Armenia, Ukraine. China will probably try and do some shit.
Probably get away with it too.
Who knows? Who knows? Maybe China will try and fucking take Eastern Russia in a Manchuria or Upper Manchuria or whatever that fucking area is. Greater Manchuria. Maybe China will go for that, and then we won't give a fuck because it's China doing imperialism on Russia.
That's gonna make Hassan's head explode.
It wouldn't it?
Supreme only got 910 votes in Delaware. I can't believe it.
That's clearly rigged.
The Green Party isn't even in that state.
It's so Jover.
Well, I was right about the polls. I was wrong about the direction. I was very wrong about the opinions of Americans and how utterly compromised by information warfare they were.
Why do you think I wanted to start doing this?
It's literally the only explanation I can reasonably give is that this is all just bad information and the utilization of social media.
Mm-hmm.
Like this
social media is like, it's like one of the greatest weapons ever designed.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
Oh, it's incredibly useful.
Honestly, at this point, I just want to fucking just do the job that we originally wanted to do with 5th gen and just aim at like taking cunts like this down. That's all. So we need to fucking register this shit quickly because that's going to be more useful than ever before. Something like
Cunts
this.
Like who?
Huh?
Cunts like who?
Like Trump and people that he has a fetish for. His little dictator fetish. Yeah, because that's the other thing, right? The amount of times that Trump will just be like, "Oh, Putin, great man." Like what? What the fuck are you talking about? Because all he respects is power. All he respects is how much you can get away with.
All he respects
can
is
you
the
kill
illusion
somebody
of
and get
power.
away with it? Yeah, it's fucking insane. And all people need to do to convince him to do what they want is to stroke his ego. He is one of the most dangerous people you could have at the head of the United States, because all you need to do is stroke his ego and he'll do whatever the fuck you want. Look at what Kim and Kanye did with the First Step Act, right?
Yeah.
All they did was go in there and stroke his ego, and they got exactly what they wanted. And now there's nobody around him telling him no. So, you know, that's cool as well.
Yeah, this is over. It's
Let's
done.
go see some like CNN or anyone who's going to explain a map to me. I'm ready for some map explanations.
The New York Times has Trump at a greater than 95% chance of winning.
Come on, brother, give us a map. He's just standing here.
Kornacki, are you okay? Somebody reboot Kornacki.
Give him a good shock.
Which is like, I feel like I'm going to win this. And then that smart part of your brain goes, I'm not going in there. That's where I'm at right now.
Yeah, you know what gamblers call people who listen to that part of their brain?
Yeah, the Trump team is calling Pennsylvania.
I mean,
No,
They're probably right.
It's for Christmas.
I like
Sunday
probably
just
alright.
doing anything.
Yep. 220,000 votes. Yep, it's done.
because look, it's like, there's still like a whole entire percent for Chase Oliver and Jill Stein. Trump's. You may need 51% to get the vote, but like Harris needs to make up a lot more than Trump needs to lose there.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's always a climb for Democrats. Like, as soon as I saw things start to flip red, I'm like, that's not good.
Yeah. The early trends were not good.
The early trends were okay, but it did not take long until it shifted.
Until the situation got wildly out of hand.
And you know what's even worse now is the people who are so misdirected that their unreality literally doesn't align with reality. They are now going to have their unreality confirmed because Donald Trump won. So now these people are going to double down on their disinformation because it's like they won. So it's going to be even harder now to counter Russian disinformation. This is just like solidified Russia's foot within America.
Well, that's
the craziest part.
It's a compounding thing, right? Because policy, by and large, affects what actually ends up happening in reality, and like who gets to speak also ends up affecting. The people that are going to be hurt most readily by a lot of Trump's policies are already disenfranchised, already poor, already minorities, or people of color. They already don't have the necessary ability to speak up because they lack the money. Basically, is really what it comes down to.
Yeah, true.
So it's just it's not that it's like there's going to be an entire underclass of Americans basically who are going to suffer immensely.
Do we think we're going to see political violence? Not like at the election, but in the next 4 years.
I doubt it.
Political violence?
There's not really a set of circumstances that will create a unified bloc that allows for political violence on either side. I think you see individual.
You think stripping civil rights isn't enough reason?
I think
a complete coup of government by a fascist is not a justifiable enough reason. Like,
I think it's a very justifiable. I think it's a justifiable reason. I don't think it's. I don't think that the set of circumstances there would allow it to happen.
What if everything that we've been saying about Donald Trump comes to fruition and it is as bad as we are predicting it to be?
Well, we'll have to see how the Senate's doing.
Well, then I will wave to you from the other side of the concertina wire.
And he's gone.
The problem is
here?
The problem is that you end up with a set of circumstances in which, like, for example, the first American Civil War or American Civil War is geographically
the first American Civil War. This dude just said.
Yeah, I realized it as soon as I said it.
Well, I mean, one could argue the French and Indian War was the first one.
I'll go get my beanie and pretend to be Tim Pool.
Do we want to listen to Trump's speech?
Yes. After he finishes his point, though.
Yeah.
I'm not going to play the audio, but go for it.
Yeah, the American Civil War was, geographic and political based. There isn't that same kind of geographic unity that you find that builds like a viable. It looked more like a Hearts of Iron, blotchy civil war than an actual civil war.
Mm.
Is Trump talking? They're waiting for him now?
Not yet. They're just waiting for him.
Is he gonna say stop the count?
I fucking hope so.
This is awesome. He's gonna say, it's obvious I won. It's obvious I won the last one too. So I should get those 4 years back that I lost. Right?
Well,
then
he's
we
up
can just
by
skip ahead.
5. Yeah, please. Okay. We concede you won the last election, which
you won 2020.
It means that you exactly. So you've been president for 4 years. So now you're in the run. Suck shit.
Is the Democrats really did steal the last election, and they're gonna actually break out the evidence that Trump has been president for 4 years? Tell him to fuck off.
That would be awesome.
Man, that
and he
Donald
has been
Trump
calling
really
shots.
fucked up from 2020 onward, didn't he?
I know. How could Donald Trump put America through this? This is Donald Trump's economy.
Harris slipped even further in Pennsylvania in the last 10 minutes.
Awesome.
The question is, would Biden have done better?
No.
Was them not running a primary a mistake?
I don't think that made a huge difference one or the other.
No, it wouldn't have made a difference.
A primary is just going to bloody the person who's going to get bloodied even more by the media when they go into the general. I don't know. This is kind of like a collapse. This is like a full-on collapse for the Democrats. It's not good.
For the Democrats, this is a collapse for the United States. I genuinely think that Donald Trump's ascension to a second term here is going to be a very large downfall for the United States.
Well, it was fun while it lasted. Everybody get your commemorative keychain on the way out.
Like you think inflation during the fucking during COVID was bad? During the Great Depression? Wait until Donald Trump's tariffs come in and the Americans are paying 200% on everything.
Watch it turn out great. Watch everything. Watch him be like, you thought I was actually going to let the vaccine denier in?
Wouldn't that be funny? If he was like, psych, I'm actually not that bad.
Yeah.
That would be awesome, honestly. It was like, it was all a troll. Fucking hell.
Legendary.
Copium. Who's Copium?
Bro, the
He's
real
already won.
danger is the House and Senate getting the majority.
Well,
I
got news for you.
that
The
happens-
danger is the thing. It's happening. We are in the thing. Here's my switch.
I'm in danger.
I'm in danger. That's where I saw the leprechaun. He told me
The
to
Trump
burn
merchandise
things.
business is going to keep going. All those small business owners are going to keep going. Their merchandise will stay in.
I can't wait to get my new America First NFT.
America's economy is going to go to NFTs. It's so funny just hearing anyone from any other country look at America right now. And it's like, really, it's the fault of the First Amendment. Like, having the First Amendment even the Second Amendment as well, they failed on that. Like, those amendments have a responsibility to the government to protect.
The problem isn't that's the fault of the First Amendment. The problem is that we have moved so far away from a situation in which we are willing to defend what that amendment means.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
That's the issue.
We haven't really practiced
nothing to uphold it.
We haven't really practiced free speech in this country for quite some time, obviously. But the thing of it is like, it's not what you're not allowed to say. It's the fact that people have been allowed to lie and then to buy the ability to lie louder.
Yes.
And like, they're self-reinforcing measures. So like, yeah, you can say Russian misinformation and Iranian misinformation are bad, but they key into what's being said on social media, amplify that message, and push it back out. It's like a churn, a constant churn of information.
That's what I was saying before about how it's sort of you need a chain, a disinformation chain. Like, it's you go from I mean, let's use Ukraine, right? Ukraine is a good example, mostly because I can recall basically the process of which they did this. But like, they first build up, right? Then they're like, no, we're not going to do it. Then they did it. Then they're like, oh, but it's not denazification, right? Then denazification got dropped. Then it was biolabs and bioweapons. And then they dropped that, and then it was NATO. NATO was first, sorry. So it's NATO's fault. Then denazification. Then the biolabs. And then it was the British. The British tanked the negotiations, and that was Butcher. And then, so on, right? That disinformation chain has led someone to the belief that, the RFK belief, the anti-war libertarian that thinks that Russia is invading Ukraine because Ukraine was slaughtering Russians, right? It's that mindset comes from a chain of information that you can track back and find exactly where they believe that from. So that's the problem. Is it's not so much stopping the information; it's that people don't have the defense to track back where they got these ideas from, and because the people that they trust have these same ideas, they don't question it, and then it gets worse and worse, and it just snowballs and snowballs and snowballs, and then you get this. It's a really bad situation.
It's really remarkable, honest.
It really is.
Like look at the success that Russia has had off the battlefield in the last 10, 20 years. They managed to help orchestrate Brexit. They got suppressed the vote in 2016. They probably managed to suppress a significant portion of the situation here in the United States again. I mean, the Democrats clearly mismanaged things, but the Democrats have to stop acting like they're in a normal situation.
Yeah.
They
won't, though. They won't learn.
This is the problem. Is like this is why the party is collapsing. Is because they need to stop acting like they are in that this is the 90s. Is really what it comes down to.
Was I muted that whole time?
Maybe.
Fucking hell.
Why? What'd you say?
I was just saying that it's just a disinformation chain. It's like they start from one place and go, okay, I wasn't muted. I must have muted it because people talking loudly. That's all right.
That was a while ago when you said that, though.
Well, I think it's over. Michigan, she's not winning Michigan, and she's not winning Pennsylvania.
And she's not winning Nevada. Nevada's not looking good. 75. Donald Trump at 51%. He has to make up that there. She has to make up four percentage points there. That's not happening.
Yeah, like Michigan's at 70% now, and she's down 6%.
She's down.
Yeah.
I successfully called this a couple hours ago. Let's Let's all go for
Well,
falafel.
Harris needed at least 3 swing states. Trump needed 4.
He's going to get them. I'm going to get all of them.
And he already has 2 of them, North Carolina and Georgia.
Yeah.
So Trump actually just needs 2 more states to win, Pennsylvania or not.
And he's got pretty commanding 5 of them. So,
like, even if Pennsylvania went to Harris, she still might not even have won then. Because she would need 3 states to win.
Yes. All right. I am going. You will need to take over the map, though. All you need to do is basically add the extra. No, it's fucking OBS.
No, I'll just do a screen share thing of the Google search. It'll be
Very strange day.
Yeah, because you can do multiple screen shares. That'll work. It's just because I had it on the camera set up as a camera. That's all. I'll send you the link to this video. That is in the private chat. It's funny though. All these women in the Trump crowd, right? They're all giving thumbs up and shit. It's like, yeah, you won't be given thumbs up once you're a second-class citizen.
I love that it's like, consider sharing a portion of your screen. How? You don't give us the option. Like, I don't understand why I even asked that.
Yeah, I don't know why it says that either. It doesn't make any sense.
I'm going to bounce too.
Yeah, no problem.
Have a good one. Good luck, everybody.
I mean, I think we're pretty much good to go here. It pretty much is decided. So.
Yeah. I don't think there's much to deliberate here, to be completely honest.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Have a good one, guys.
Pretty safe. No problem. See you later.
Yep.
So I think you can just end stream.
Yeah.
All right. Yes, leave the site. Well, that was fun, everybody. How are we doing? What's going on?
Or you could not suck and you could stick around.
Is Wick Does he want to? Did you ask?
I haven't asked. I don't want to impose. I'm on kids stream right now.
Jesus Christ, it's run day. It is run day. Yeah, I feel you.
Oh no. Oh no. I mean, I'd love to see some sick Kid Wick action. I'm sorry.
Good job.
That sounds bad.
I want to take advantage of him while he's vulnerable, though. He's still naked, isn't he?
Well,
Michigan's balancing out at 65%. Michigan's balancing out to 52 to 46 for Trump. And again, the vast majority of votes that still have yet to be counted. Shockingly, Detroit and Wayne County.
Oh, he just finished stream 11 minutes ago.
Oh,
well, then he's free. Then he's free. Let's get him. Hang on.
Let's see what's going on here.
Oh, could you imagine if he blames me for Trump winning because of the argument? Oh,
I just DM'd Wick. Yo, join us in Kidnotkin.
nice.
He's probably got me muted. Don't get too excited.
Maybe. Yeah,
Maybe.
I would.
Here, I'll tell him we're all naked too, okay?
I'm gonna grab some water. 1 sec.
I'm putting it to a vote to my audience. Stay or go if Wick shows up.
I can put a timer on screen.
I fucking.
You're that scared of Wick, huh?
Scared is not the fucking word,
It's
Sunday.
like 4v1. You're scared of Wick.
I know you wouldn't understand Sunday, but it's actually a really smart branding decision. Bottom of the barrel shit is probably not the best thing for a theory channel.
We're
Ooh, silence. That hurt. Oh.
No, I'm pondering that actually.
Oh, existential crisis then.
No, 'cause I don't think that's right, but I don't know what kind of response I'm willing to give.
It's okay. You don't have to.
I know. It's the luxury of having 3 times your viewership.
Eddie,
Oh,
thank you for the $5. I appreciate that. Thank you for that.
Yeah, this is.
Eddie said, Brooks, how did those uncounted votes work out for Gore?
Well,
All right. Let's get this show on the road. I'm gonna do dystopia. Let's dystopia. I feel like Metal Gear Solid 2 had the best opening theme of the modern Metal Gears, I guess is the best. Throw up the election results on the phone. Eris's path to victory grows less forgiving. That's one way to look at it, yes. Radar was a choice. probably won't do this too long. Avery's giving me a funny look. Actually, let's just.
The Hudson River.
I lied.
This is Snake.
There we go.
The mission objective is to make. All right, let's look at your gear. We need to get a fix on who they are.
This. Well, that's going to be pretty much it. That's just the end of the story. Trump is going to win. It's a sad, sad day. I hope you all have a good a night as possible.